All right, so today we're gonna watch the bloodbath unfold. It should be fun. And while I won't be trading it, I'm going to try to anticipate it as much as I can. Daily charts. Let's go. Where's my here? Look at that. MT4 doesn't want to play. Gee, you're gonna look at everything while time allows. We have some time before we start seeing. So DXY has gotten to low end of its objective, and as long as we don't trade through this candle's high, we should be fine. I'm thinking that we're gonna trade lower first, and then depending on how we trade inside this imbalance right here, that should be fine. I think I disabled the waiting room. Okay, I did. Cool. So yeah, I'm looking at this imbalance. The fact that the closing price of this candle here and the opening price of this candle, they're not the same. So quite a bit of imbalances inside there. I want to see us trade back down in there. That should push NAS higher. And then I want to see it get crazy. I'm cautious of, there we go. I'm cautious of if it's going to be like a whipsaw completely, like seek and delivery. Well, seek and deliver as in it's up and down, taking both sides. That's what I'm skeptical of that. And for that reason, I've decided to just chill. NAS is way below the draw on liquidity, and today is Thursday. So because Thursdays generally, cap the week, I'm looking for them to get up here, anywhere inside here. Okay, I thought I was pulling that rectangle. Anywhere inside here, and then I want to see them drop. The fact that it's nowhere there yet means do nothing. Do nothing. Same thing with AU. I want to see them trade higher again. So if you remember this imbalance we're creating here, I mentioned that once the imbalance is like this, they will fail to completely fill it in initially. So I want to see them, I want to see how they trade here today. If I don't, quote unquote, predict it correctly, it's going to be a learning experience because I'm expecting the momentum and the volatility. But running these highs for buy side and then crushing is what I'm looking for. Still no interest in GJ. I took a look at the global rates last night. JPY is negative. So if JPY is negative and then GBP is not the best pair or the strongest pair right now, I don't want to be a part of this simply. And this guy, I think we could get another top here. That would be nice because then if they trade through this high, that should incite breakout traders, and then we could get that 1690s push. That's what I'd like to see. And then potentially even lower. But not interested unless it trades up here. And if it misses me, okay, fine, no big deal. Trying to share as much as possible how we stick to the draw on liquidity and only take A+ setups. So then the rest, anytime you deviate from that plan, that's your feelings and not your facts or your trading facts. Same thing here, higher than lower. EU is a little bit muddy in terms of analysis because this pair generally does not move this far in one day. It's very rare. So I'm watching to see if it trades through here and then not get to this, but rejects these bodies inside here. That's what I want to see. But waiting. Usually 8:30 sets up the run for forex pairs and then 9:30 indices. But this guy has not moved. So because of that, I don't feel like I'm clear what's happening here. NAS higher than lower, higher than low, but then equities open could get wild, right? But I'm still looking for the drawn liquidity to be here, cap the week and then move lower. Everything else is patience. Definitely. UCAD. So talked about UCAD on Monday and the fact that we wanted to see price draw down inside this imbalance here and 50% of this range. And we're expecting the low of the week to be formed anywhere below 50 going into that 1.34 big figure. AUD fractal daily and M15. Oh, you mean the rejection block fractal? I think I saw somebody post it in the chat. Yeah, looks good, but it doesn't look tradable for me, so I'm leaving it alone. So the fact that this is moving already so far and so fast before, I think there's new, I'm pretty sure I saw, let me just check. CAD news today. Yep, CAD news coming out in the next hour estimate. That was the reason that made me think today was going to be messy. I'll tell you that another time. Silver. Let's see. So we just had price trading through this high. This move down would originate at, let's clear up some of these lines. Opening price of this candle. We've already seen price trade through the opening price on the way down after taking the highs. So now I'd like to see if we could trade back to 50% of this wick right there. And then how it trades there should set the tone for the rest of the week. So roughly about there. I'd not want to see it trade below here. If it trades below here, then that's it. And that's the end of it. And it's going to rebalance all of this. So for today, low and then push should be nice. But silver is weird. Silver and gold is a little bit weird as it relates to what's happening right now. All of this down move on DXY caused silver to rally aggressively. But was it in line with delivery? This started 27.28 and silver roughly the same time. So it looks like they're lockstep. If that's the case, this guy trading lower and then pushing through here. Well, let's see how it trades at the high first. Let's not make any predictions. I want to see how it trades at this high, and I want to see if it rebalances at M15 rebalance, M15 imbalance right there. Everything else right now just looks funny. 8:30 caused that fast move, right? Fast move is usually a false move. If we have a time that's usually volatile, price opens and then the first thing it does is push one direction, we usually see an opposing liquidity run. So right now, at 8:30, this guy dropped. So I'm thinking opposing liquidity run. Now the opposing liquidity run is on the way. We're taking this high. I don't think we need to trade through this high first before taking this. So the bodies inside here should be the draw. That's what I think. So every M15 chart should be looking something like this. There is a drawn liquidity or an imbalance. It's coming back to it now and then setting up the next push. How it trades at that key level, depending on the pair, will set the tone for the day or set the tone for the morning session up to lunch at least. So for DXY, I want to see how it trades right here. Ideally, reject and then go low. That's what I want to see. Which means this should go higher. So just like DXY, as I was saying, the fact that this is now at its objective, air quotes, we want to see how it trades there, and every other pair should be at its objective as well. So if you take a look at AU, it's just taking the lows right here. This is M15. We have all of 4 minutes before this candle closes. So let's see how it closes there. NAS trades down, a huge displacement right here. The low was resting. So many lines. Let's move this, put it here. Let's get rid of these guys. Same analysis process, no going around. So this is the low, this is the candle that closed below. We have price trading above here.
Не знам да го наморате.
There we go. Almost ran out of my own house. Where's that coming from? So I want to see if we have the willingness to trade back to that candle right there in a very fast move and then just shoot. That's what I want to see. So just to go back to these two guys, notice that both of them have gotten to their objective. Where would be the objective for NAS? I think it would be below this low. It's so far away, but we all know that 930 can easily do that. So I want to see if NAS has willingness to trade below here and then find support, then push higher. That would be ideal for me. UCAD. So UCAD trading to its objective as well. For completeness sake, I'm going to tag the body right there. So we want to see if there's willingness in the next 2 minutes to trade through this high and then move lower. If it gets to that 1.37027 level, and that's fine as well. That was the objective from Monday, and it failed here. Kind of like what NAS did, which is weird. NAS traded up to 11,629. That was the objective, and we failed here, and then tagged it, and then pushed. This looking like NAS is weird, right? Very, very weird. But sticking to the rules, no emotions, just analysis. That's what I want to see price trade to. 1 more minute for the AU M15 candle to close. We want to see if it closes below this. DXY, are everything looking good? Everything looking good. NAS didn't even make the equilibrium of, yeah, not sure equilibrium of what, but here's that big move, got everyone chasing. I think they should take their stops first before anything else. What did you mean when I said AU is reclaiming? AU reclaiming means it's trading back to this candle right here, that box. That's what we're looking for. But we're already below it. And then the candle just closed just above here. So that's interesting. So the delivery right now is not clear. Why is that candle so significant? Time and price. I posted earlier that between 9 and 9:30, should be seeing some things. So I'm looking for the signatures that would make me interested in trading. These lows being taken by this candle with a close below, I would like that very much, because that would have been the model. And then tap, we're good. Zoomed in version of NAS, I am seeing another short-term low here. that being taken. And then there's a down candle just beside it. So I'm not interested in NAS unless it's trading down to at least here. If it trades down here and creates a down candle, I'm going to use that as my entry candle. Meaning, if we have a down candle here, then we trade above it, I'll buy the retracement to it. But I'm not comfortable with this idea and knowing that there's liquidity resting right here, which is why I haven't traded today. I haven't taken a trade. My last trade was last night, taking Bangaholics liquidity. So now we wait. Gold, same idea. Where's the drawn liquidity for gold? I think this is the drawn liquidity. We have the high buy side taken. At this point in time, if we were to look back, where would sell side be resting? All the way down here, right? We created lows right there, then took the lows, traded higher. When this happens, price does not need to retrace higher than this high to rebalance. So whenever you're looking at price and you want to know when a high is likely to stay in the market, this is one of them. But this rebalance is now an order block. So you know that high is going to stay in the market. So when price is retracing back to here, no fear. But I still think the drawn liquidity is lower. But I'm interested to see how 930 affects gold. Let's pull this here. Low hanging objectives would be somewhere inside here. That. Highs are seen in the market after running stops. Well, not just after running stops. Let me draw you a picture. If you were to think about a process-oriented approach to trading, if this, then that, there are a couple steps that you can implement to keep you in line with whatever your model is, right? First thing is, if you're looking for entries after buy side gets taken, and there's buy side being taken, you could short anywhere here if that's your model. If you want a break in market structure, then we look at the sell side liquidity resting in the market after buy side was taken. So let's say here, this creates a market structure shift, right? So after the market structure shift, we logically think retracement and then lower. It's normal, right? Bam. What we have right here is a process. Step one, well, this is supposed to be a 1. Step 2, step 3, step 4. This 4-step process is not a fractal, even though it's presented as a fractal right here. It's an understanding. These are the things you want to see first, which means if you take an entry anywhere inside here, before this happens, you just broke a rule. Whether you won that trade or not, you just broke a rule. Simple. Most persons break rules and then say, okay, I'm a good trader because this happened. That's rewarding bad behavior. We don't want to be doing that. This is the ideal setup, and then there it is. But if you don't look at this as an understanding or a process, and we just think about it as a fractal, you're going to always expect it to be this clean, this textbook, and that's not true. If that was the case, then quants would have coded this years ago. What's the difference between fractal and understanding? Okay, let's say step 1 means we need to see price take that buy side liquidity, or we need to see price take buy side liquidity. If the market's doing this, that's not a short. As pretty as it looks, that's not a short, because buy side has not been taken. Buy side is now taken here. Price is going to be delivered lower here, below these But this does not have to be your setup. This could be step 2 of your process. Wait to see if that gets taken. Can you find trades inside here? If you have a fractal version of what you want to see inside this leg, sure. This gets taken here. Sell side purged. You expect the retracement, right? When you're expecting the retracement, you know that retracements always go back to imbalances. So you want to be checking if this is an imbalance. If there are no imbalances there, then we start factoring other things. If we just look at it as a fractal, you're going to analyze this so much that you're going to try to imprint the details from this on this. So maybe this was from here to here, that's OTE. You're going to always expect OTE retracements, and that's not necessarily the case. The delivery will dictate where price is retracing to. Sometimes it's only 50% of this, very shallow retracement, and then that's it. All right, so that's why the fractal itself is not what you should study, but the understanding. So 4 steps. This is step 1 being done, step 2, step 3, and then we stock entries inside here. There we go. Just to get back to where we are. All right, so we're looking for what prices or what pairs are at their objective. Any significance behind why I'm looking at that time frame? It could be any time frame. You just need, the thing about making your process strict is you don't want to be looking at 10 million time frames. You just want one time frame that you do analysis on and one time frame you use to stock entries. You don't need 5 different time frames for analysis. You just need one that fits your model. If you're looking to trade 10, 20 pips, 5, 15, 1 minute chart should be able to do that. If you're looking for more, you scale up the time frame. If you're looking to hold for 3 months, ain't no way you should be on a 1 minute chart framing setups. Look at the monthly chart. I'm a day trader, right? I don't need the monthly direction, right? I don't need it. Not that it's not important, but we can frame setups on lower time frames that are just as good. All right. DXY trading through the bodies here, still not above the highs as we approach 930. Waiting to see what happens there. AU trading through the low, heading into 930. Again, good stuff. Coming down splendidly. That short is not as in this delivery lower is not a trade unless you're looking at the M1. On this time frame, there is no trade. The trade is setting up. But that's my model. If your model doesn't agree with that, fine. You can get in there. Gold get in there. EU looks almost similar to DXY, which is normal. So looking to see between the bodies and the wick right here, if we find support there in the next 6 minutes. GU as well, just got to its objective. And S&P still good little distance away. And I want to look at silver just because it's caught my eye. Into chart. M15. This looks like gold. So here's a, so this is an example of what I mean when I said you don't look at fractals, look at understanding. The understanding we're looking at right now is that all pairs should be trading to its objective ahead of 930. That's what we want to see, right? How can you trade indices by looking at DXY? A weaker dollar means persons are spending more. Persons spending more means companies make more money. Companies make more money means indices prices go higher since indices measure performance of companies. So by that logic, a weaker DXY implies higher indices prices. There we go. So, right, Last 5 minutes before 9:30, trading through the high. Perfect. Trading through, perfect. This is the part of trading that's hardest. Anticipating price is going to trade to somewhere and not trying to participate in that. Bond futures and dollar index to predict stock market. I've heard about that. I've heard about that. I think 2021 in the Nut Lab. Some bond divergence thing. I think banks was also trading for a while, but I've never looked at it in the same way that I've never looked at SMT. I just know that there is an idea, and that's all. That's as much as I know about it. Nas might come to clear previous day's low. Previous day's low is far. Previous day's low is far. If they're going to be trading this far low, where are they pairing buy side to push down? Where's the buy side liquidity resting to pair these large sell orders? Above current market price. Market price would be wherever this line is right now. So whenever I might say above market price or below market price, it just means above this line. So if they're going to be going for this, they're pushing for sell side to go higher. I think if we want to trade lower and go below 11,000, 11,800 should be where the draw on liquidity is. Bond width. All right, thanks, Daniel. I'll take a look at that. I think 11,800 based on the daily chart should be the draw. So 3 minutes to see some magic. I think it's gonna whipsaw. Like, chop, 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 chop. That's what I think it's gonna do. Very fast. All right, DXY trading above that high. Looks like we're gonna get everything that we want to see. That means UCAD probably at that 1.3, almost there. Almost there. We got time. We got time. This is why I don't trade levels and I don't recommend trading levels, because when you look at a level like this, the first thing that I used to think about is, if this is the draw on liquidity, I'm going to sell here. But we all know that that's not necessarily the case, right? Price could draw here, consolidate, and then push through. So you want to look at how does price trade at your draw on liquidity. If it rejects it, breaks market structure, okay, cool, that's the top. We start looking for lower prices. If it consolidates around the draw on liquidity, then consolidations don't lead to reversals. So expect price to continue in the same direction. Let's look across everything else. Gold heading nicely. EU lower nicely. So there's no market structure shift here along any of these pairs. Everything is just setting up, and it's setting up right on time. 1 minute more, and then we get some magic. Should be fun to watch. I don't know if we got that trade set up, but by now, just watching the price action, we all know what we want to see across each of these. Yeah, it's gonna be wild. DXY pushing higher faster, and then gold barely moving. 16 seconds. Okay. AU nicely reclaiming order blocks. All right, let it begin now. I'm watching Nas because Nas is usually faster. This is the first 1 minute of the first 5 minutes after equities open. The first direction is generally wrong. Lower. Let's see if I can kind of skip through. DXY almost there. AU doing well. NAS not moving yet. UCAD almost at the objective again. I like when we have a key level and then buy side liquidity rest above the key level. That usually means take it, come back, order block, zoom model. That's generally the case. Intermarket analysis. $60. What's this? Now let's take a look. Whew. Temptation is real, man. See what the 1 minute chart looks like. Is there a difference between zoom and order block model? Yeah. Yeah. 1 minute chart. I could feel it from looking at the 15-minute chart. I could feel that 1 minute was running some liquidity. That's a 60-point scalp. Calling my name. Yeah, it really is tempting. But because the drawn liquidity is higher, I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable shorting that. But either way, we know what we want to see. If I miss this 60-point scalp, it's gonna be worth the wait. Okay, so everything is setting up a whole lot of models across every pair. AU seems to be moving the fastest. I mean, we could get a retracement lower and then sweep. UCAD failing. Gold running to premium. EU. I'm gonna take the fib off there. That's the focus. Same idea for GU. That is the focus. Now I understand. Now I understand. These need to trade lower back inside the order block if they trade above the high. So that NAS short not forming immediately. Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. I don't think it needs to take this high before going low. I think that should be enough. Yeah, I don't think it needs to take this high. I think it needs to retrace now. Insert pain. Silver not there. Not there yet. FOMO. Nah. No FOMO. I'm not FOMO at all. Silver. Silver's already taken the liquidity. I think silver, of all the pairs that we're looking at, silver is likely to be the one that does not retrace hard, while everything else could or should retrace hard before pushing. Would have been really nice to see it tap this and then move low, but hey, the XY hasn't traded below that low as yet. No need to FOMO. How about gold? I was still looking for gold to trade here, but I guess this is what they wanted. It doesn't make any sense. So if we have equities open and price does not move as aggressive as we want, that usually means the positions that are on are going to get taken off when positions get taken off. You know what time of the day positions get taken off? London close. There we go. But I mean, it's still early. I have lots of time, lots and lots of time. If this is pushing higher now, I personally think that they're creating buy side. They're pulling in buyers to sell to. So they're gonna push price higher, get buyers in, and then the move lower should be very fast. So on, let's say, hourly chart, we can watch how many hours traded higher. If price traded higher in 2 hours, then the move lower is going to be less than that. And we know what's less than 2. I have to pull up 4 more. Yeah, right? Engulfing candle. I just want to sell into that. This, like I said, I see no reason for this high to get taken. I don't think that. I think this should be enough, and then we trade low. And then this is consolidating here, so consolidations lead to dot. These oversold. It's a crazy. But yeah, this is one of the things about having a rules-based system that somebody caught this. I'm pretty sure somebody caught that long. Somebody then joined that. My rules didn't give me that move. I don't feel like I missed this. Here or lower or nothing. Which NAS OB model as your eye? The lower one. Yeah, the lower one has my eye, but it's moved so fast before. It's a little bit muddy. It's a little bit muddy. It's not an A+ setup right now. Am I going to buy at that low? This? I don't know yet, honestly. Honestly, don't even know if I'm going to take a trade today because I'm expecting whipsaw and I'm not convinced. Nothing is convinced or convincing me. DXY hasn't traded below that. Nothing has confirmed its order block. Yeah, fast move is a false move last night. So it's just a waiting game. Not doing anything. I think we should have that forming now. Yeah, I think we should see it forming now, taking it high. All right, that's the liquidity grab. And Zoom says we've been here for a while. We've been here for a while, so I'll see you guys in the chat. Pump and dump at its finest. Stick around. All right, I'm gonna close this call now. See you guys in the chat.